What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I got another custom tactic for you guys. I got the 4-3-3 second variation, the one with the CDM and the two box-to-box center mids. And I have one more formation coming out after this, probably later on tonight. It's gonna be the 4-2-3-1, and that's it for FIFA 23 until EAFC 24 or whatever it's going to be called. I'm probably going to take like a week off. Anywho, this is a team that I'm using to play. I'm just trying to complete those objectives with the City players and the Liverpool players, so they're all over the place, but they're good players. They get the jobs done, and the system is really plug and play. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. The cats were over there. I don't know what they were fighting with. But the system is really plug and play as long as you got players that have somewhat good stats at this state of the game or at this stage of the game, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter, but it doesn't matter that much, if that makes sense. If you know how to play, if you know how to pull your players back in position, then you're good. Kind of like, I'll give you an example. I'm playing Mars as a left back, but he attacks a lot, so he's fine because I use him more for attacking than defending, and therefore I put a more box-to-box center mid on that side, and I put my better defender on that side, which is Van Dijk. Joe Gomez attacks too, but he's not the best ball carrier, so I'll make sure that he gets the ball and just releases it fast. Grealish, for example, is not a center mid, but I play him as a center mid, and I play him as a box-to-box center mid, and he gets the job done. So yeah, it matters, but it doesn't matter, like I'm trying to say. If you guys need some gameplay on this, let me know down below, and I'll probably record some later on. But everybody's basically playing like constant press, so it's really annoying. Tactics. So this is very similar to the one I posted yesterday, the 4-3-2-1. Um, with the width and the depth being at 70 and 100. Give me 1 second. Alright, hopefully that's the last time I pause it. They keep fighting with the stick. Balance 70 width Balance, 70 width, and 100 depth. Now, if you don't like this, I really like this because it lets me constant press at the top, and it lets me let my back line kind of go very forward. You see how high up the back line is on the mini map on the right? If they're playing direct passing, which most of the people are playing direct passing, this counters the direct passing. So you just have to be smart when you're defending, or you have to be smart when you're building up and not lose the ball in the back. Just make sure you pass the ball around, let go, sprint, and just don't even try to do skill moves in the middle of the park or with your left back, right back, because if not you lose it, they will score on you because you do have a high line. But there's pros and cons, and the pro is because you have such a high line, you have a CDM and you have two center backs that are very good at defending. They'll just body your opponent's players, take the ball away, and then you start rebuilding over again. And the second pro is that it contradicts or it counteracts the opponent's direct passing. So instead of them pushing your back line all the way down, let me see if I can show you. Instead of them pushing, because this is what direct passing does, it pushes your players, you see the back line, it pushes them into the defensive phase inside the actual opponent or inside your actual 18, and you don't want to be in there because then they'll do the over the top sombrero flick or whatever that thing's called into a rainbow flick, into a bicycle kick, score all those stupid goals, right? So that's why I have 100 depth to counteract that, and basically to get into my opponent's face whenever they're trying to press me, right? Second, if you don't like that, then drop it to 72 depth. That's it. If you don't like 72 depth, then you drop it to about 60. No lower than that. That's both old gen and new gen. Just leave it there. 60 depth. That's the lowest you can go, but I would recommend doing 100. If not, do 72. And if you don't like that, then drop it to 60, right? Width, leave it at around 70. If you feel like you're getting countered a lot through the mid, which you shouldn't, you could drop this down to about 40. But I recommend trying out 70 first, just because it covers all the spaces on the wings and in the midfield, because you have a CDM that drops in between defenders. So you have players covering every single position everywhere. So it really gets the job done. Again, if you need me to post a video on how to play this formation, let me know down below. This one and the 4-3-2-1, they're very, very similar. This one's just more defensive, the other one's more attacking, because this one has a CDM. See, this one has a CDM, and the other one does not. Let me see if I can find it. Excuse me. That one does not. You see what I mean? That one just has three center mids. Therefore, this one's a little bit more defensive, and it has wingers. So it could literally, you can split your opponent up a little bit more. Build up play balance, chance creation, forward runs. This is on old gen. New gen, you could try forward runs too. If you don't like it, then switch it to direct passing. That's the only thing you can change on new gen. with 57. Players in the box 6, corners and free kicks 1 and 1. Players, excuse me, I cannot talk today. Players in the players that you need per position. Meta center backs. They're cheap now. Just get meta center backs. A right back that can actually dribble, pass the ball, like a Zaha will be really good. Dumfries is alright. Carvajal is decent. Players like that. On the left back, somebody that can dribble and attack, defend, all that good stuff. So like a Alfonso Davies will be good. Theo Hernandez is alright. Roberto Carlos is excellent right here. CDM, Rodri is perfect. Somebody that's medium high work rated player. So like a Rodri, Milinkovic Savic. Who else was I playing the other day? That's Sergio Busquets. Somebody like that that can defend and won't attack too much because he needs to be a defensive minded player. Then you have two box to box center mids. They could be high, they could be medium, they could be high medium. That's fine as long as they're not medium high because they need to be able to attack. They will get into a lot of positions to score. So you need two good players right there that can dribble, pass the ball, shoot from outside the box. You don't know how many times I scored finesse shots from outside the box with Sedan. That's just because he's always open right there. Striker, just a target man striker, a Haaland, a Ronaldo, even on Mbappe, they'll get the job done there. Even Henri, somebody like that. And then two fast, pacey wingers on the wing. Instructions: goalie comes for crosser, sweeper, keeper. Hit that like and hit that subscribe button. By the way, I keep forgetting to mention that. That'll help out with the YouTube algorithm. Both center backs on stay back while attacking. Right back balance inverted. Left back balance inverted. Leave it as is. If you know how to turn on D-pad tactics, like I always say, if you know how to turn them on where they join the attack, then you can make them join the attack whenever you are in game, which is the up arrow and then the left arrow. If not, if that's too fancy, just do balance inverted. It gets the job done. If you're already winning like 2-3-0 and you want to go and switch it off, then you just pause the game, turn on stay back while attacking, and then you'll be fine. Or if you know how to do the D-pad tactics, then you turn off the flying fullbacks, right? So I would recommend balance inverted on both of these. So the reason why I have balance inverted on these is because they end up covering the position for your left center mid and your right center mid because these two are on balance attack, right? So because they're on balance attack, they act like number 10s, like two number 10s instead of 8s. So instead of them being center mids, they act like cams, right? So you'll technically have one left winger, one striker, one right winger attacking, and then you have two cams, which are your right center mid and your left center mid. And then you have a back line of these two, your two center backs, a CDM, and right next to the CDM to the right will be your right back, and right next to your CDM on the left side will be your left back, if that makes sense. So you'll technically be defending a 2-3, and then you'll attack in a 2 cam, and then 3 up top, which are the two wingers and the one striker, if that makes sense. Okay, I might have to make another video where I show the actual coaching board on how I line it up and the reasoning behind this. So these, they will attack. You'll see whenever you're playing in game. CDM is going to be drop between defenders, cover center, and deep line playmaker. Deep line playmaker is what makes him tick. So make sure you have a medium high work rate player because if you have a high, he will join in on the attack a lot. But if he's a medium high, he'll just fill in into positions wherever he needs to recycle the ball, restart over the play, or basically cross the ball to the other side of the field, something like that. He'll just get into really good positions for passing options. Cover center because he needs to stay in the center and drop between defenders so he can stay in between the two I cannot talk. In between the two center backs, just a little bit in front of them. Right center mid is going to be all balance everything, even cover wing. Left center mid, all balance everything, even cover wing. So just let the forward runs do the work for you, the instructions. So they will attack, they will defend, they will get into the box. Sometimes they'll stay outside of the box. Just let the AI do the work for you. Cover wing just in case you start getting exposed on the wing because your left back and your right back are inverted. They will help you defend on the wing, your left center mid and your right center mid. Your left wing is going to be come back on defense, get into box or cross, cut inside, come back on defense, so you just have more defensive support. So you'll technically be defending in a 4-5-1, which is fine. Get into box or cross, which just allows them to cut inside, which is the other chance creation, but cut inside whenever you're doing whenever you're getting in your opponent's box. So you can either do like a quick cherry picker, a cutback, a cross, however you play, that'll work right there. Your right winger is the same thing. Come back on defense, get into box or cross, cut inside. And then the striker is going to be stay central, get in behind. So he's just going to be making runs at your opponent's defense all day long, just running back. He's going to be running to the right, and then he's going to cut back inside and run to the left. So make sure you pay attention to like those decoys depending who you're playing with. So like example, I've been using Holland right now. Holland will run to the left for some weird reason. I guess he's a lefty. He'll run to the left, and then if he feels like he cannot get the ball, he'll stop and then kind of cut back inside. But your opponent's center back is still going to be running with him to the left, and he's not going to cut back inside right away. So you have to use that decoy run to be able to send him on a through ball. So just pay attention. When I was playing with Leao as striker, he was doing the opposite. He was running on the right, and then he'll cut inside back into the left. Does that make sense? So just pay attention how your striker moves. It's really cool to see different strikers move in different ways. So just pay attention to that. But yeah, those are the custom tactics and instructions for this one. I will post this 4-2-3-1 later on tonight when I have a little bit of time, whenever I get back from work. But I will catch you guys on the next one. Hit that like and hit that subscribe button. And stay tuned for more tactics for EAFC 24. And good luck on your last foot champs if you guys are playing foot champs. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.